Welcome to the underground. Welcome to the underground. Top two. Yeah. Welcome to the underground. Yes. Yes. Top two. Welcome to the underground.
What's up? What's up, people? We are right here with NOBRAINER. NOBRAINER, the act duo. Hip hop at its finest. What's going on, fellas?
What's poppin', Jelly? How you doing, bro?
Oh, man, I'm blessed. Hey, what's up, Scram? I hear you over there. That's what Scram does. This is DJ Jelly. We're here with NOBRAINER. So, fellas, let's get into it. Now, you are a duo, obviously. Yep. One from New York, one from Georgia. I mean, what's going to stop people from, Run the Jewels already doing it? Does it really even matter?
You know, I don't think if they hear us versus Run the Jewels, they may say there's some similarities, but I think they can't. If they don't judge us off of one joint, I think they'll be the difference is easily identifiable, bro. It's funny though, because it wasn't intentional, right? This was just that happened. I met Scram. We were talking.
How did y'all get together?
Yeah, so I've been a solo artist for years, and Scram's been a solo artist for years, and we met one day in Nashville, man. We were having some drinks. We were talking about rap. We just hit it off. For a while, we were just boys talking about music, and then we were hitting up this radio show for like reviews and stuff on like Monday nights or whatever. And so it's
the block. Some music.
Yeah, the block.
Music or something?
Yeah, my boy over there, Block 105, my man REC. He would rate out music, and we got to meet people. And me and Scram started to get, closer, whatever. So then REC, the guy that was running the show, was like, "Yo, we should do a trio. We should get together and do a trio." So I made a joke, and I was like, "Yeah, instead of the Flamingos, we could be the Flomigos or whatever." Just joking. And Scram and REC loved that shit. I hated it. I was ready to quit. I was ready to quit the fucking group over that shit, bro. You could ask Scram. And but
I thought it was dope.
I know you did. But I finally gave in, and we made a first really good first joint, and then the second joint thing started to get a little shaky. He's in Arizona, this other cat, and so he decided to bow out. And so me and Scram were like, well, I mean, fuck, we could just do it us two. And it's almost like that's the way it was supposed to happen, because we see with the product that it's just bananas. Getting us in the studio together is just, it's crazy.
So, I mean, how's that process been? I mean, do you all say, well, hey, I'm going to write this, I'm going to do this song, I'm going to bring it to you, or y'all trade off, or is it a method?
Well, for me, if I'm thinking about an idea like Fighter, for instance, we have a song called Fighter. I wrote that hook leaving the hospital because my boy was dying. And I was thinking about being a fighter, and I wanted him to be a fighter, blah, 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 blah. So I wrote the hook before I had the beat. But typically, son, I had to go find the beat, you know what I'm saying? I was looking up like emotional hip-hop joints, you know what I mean? But then normally, if I hear a beat, that's where I get my motivation from. I could go through 150 beats and pick one, and then it's done in 15 minutes. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Scram, how about you? What's your process, bro?
Shit, well, for that song in particular, you already had the hook because of your homeboy, R.I.P. to him.
Damn.
And I remember when you wrote that hook. And that hook was a monster, and I was like, yo, this was even before we decided to go ahead and run with, me and you doing our thing or whatever.
That's right.
And so you just sent it to me with the hook on it, and I was like, I felt that shit. I wrote my verse right then in like 20 minutes, I think.
I think that's the fastest song we've written on the album as far as the thought to the paper done process. It was mad quick.
That's dope. Yep. Now, Scram, you've been up, I'm not gonna say under the shadows of Bubba Spark, but you like his right-hand man. So the duo thing doesn't seem like it's something that's brand new, pretty much. You know how to compromise and kind of make stuff happen with whoever, because you're just that type of dude. So I mean, what's this journey been that separates you from all your other journeys, like a Bubba Sparks or any other people that you've been with before?
Well, shit, it's been a lot more fun. One, because, you know, we're real hip hop heads. And instead of going in the studio and trying to make a hit record, which is what, you know, anybody wants to do really, but, you know, this time it was more like just writing raps that, you know, with no pressure.
Yeah.
And like real hip hop shit, we didn't, we weren't like, damn, man, we got to have a radio song this time. You know, it was just like, let's go in there and give him some bars. And with him being from New York and me being from Atlanta, the mixture of it was great because I'm not like the typical rapper from Atlanta. With the down south, you know, I'm just not the typical Atlanta rapper or what, you know, the world thinks of Atlanta as.
Right.
And,
well, you've been screaming
cool.
New South for a minute, so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm New South.
I mean, what is, you know, what is that? New South? Is it what? Not typical, what you expect? I mean, what is it?
Well, it's Bubba's label. So, you know,
Okay.
Bubba started it
All right.
in 2000. So, you know, it's his thing. And it's just basically like the opposite of the old South, which was
Got
fucked
you.
up.
I mean,
You
say
know what
no
I mean?
more. So now we're here with No Brainer, which is definitely, we go back to real hip hop. What is real hip hop to you, Scram?
Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, you know, shit like that. Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt. Now, and that's my personal, you know, that's how I think of it.
That's what's
Talib
up.
Kweli, Mos Def.
Right. So, Huck, I mean, for you, I mean, have you been in a situation where you rap that it wasn't the type of song you wanted to be on, but you just did it, Huck?
Oh yeah, of course.
Have you been in that type of situation?
Yeah, but I always try to make it work, man. I think one of the things that helped me out was moving to the South from Queens. Because when I was just living in New York, when I was born and raised there, I grew up actually 10 blocks from Mobb Deep and Nas in Queens, where they grew up in Queensbridge. I grew up like 10, 12 blocks away. So that influence was in the area, right?
Got you.
Coming out of Queensbridge.
Exactly. I used to rap real choppy, real New York, like straight, grimy, gangster New York shit. And when I moved to the South, man, I used to be that kid in school because I moved down in high school originally when I first moved down. And I was writing raps in English, you know, class. I had 3 pages worth of rhymes with no hooks, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Just rhymes, straight
I was
rhymes.
one of the, I did 300 bars before the game did. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, if my boys got interviewed from when we were back then, man, they would tell you the same exact thing. I used to trip them out. But because of coming down here, I got influenced by some Southern shit too. Outkast, 8 Ball, UGK. That's the shit that wasn't playing in New York a lot, you know?
Right.
8 Ball's the homie. Big up to 8 Ball. He's the homie.
Yeah, so the South taught me how to ride a beat. New York taught me how to be intellectual, wordplay, delivery, metaphors, similes, double entendre shit, you know, all the fundamental shit. But the South gave me the swag, man, and I think that's had a lot to do with him and I meshing well.
So speaking of that now, I mean, how do you feel? I mean, y'all been in the game, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really vets, unknown vets. That's how I'm just saying it. No brainer. Unknown vets. But how do y'all feel the music? How y'all feel music is now? Like where do y'all see yourself in this space of what they call rap music? Because it seems like hip hop ain't really at the forefront anymore. If you understand what I'm saying? Scram?
Yes. Let me tell you this one. Well, my main objective, which has always really been my main objective, was to make real what I think is real hip hop and bring it back mainstream. Like when Cash Rules Everything Around Me would be on the radio type shit. So Jelly, you know about the song Who Is It that I did a while back. That was my goal with that, was I was like, shit, I'm gonna stop trying to cater to what the world thinks is a hit, because usually the hits are the ones you don't think it is anyway. Yeah. So I was like, shit, I'm just gonna go back to what I'm good at, which is bars, and figure out a way to make it pop off again, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I was just trying. I want to bring real hip hop lyrics, and I want to bring that shit back. And I wish if him and I could do it, man, I would be the happiest person ever. And I think that we can do it. And Huck, what you were just talking about you being from New York and coming down south, what's crazy about that is I was the exact opposite, but the same shit.
Yeah.
I grew up on East Coast hip hop, and I was from the South. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up on that shit, and then, but it was the same thing for me. Like, the South taught me how to flow, which I learned a lot from Bubba. You know, being with Timbaland, you gotta he doesn't give you a damn 16-bar beat that you can just do a verse over. You gotta ride his shit. So you can't go in Timbaland's studio and be like, oh man, I got a hot 16. You gotta write to his beat. And you know, for a long time, just being a cypher rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta write to his beats. And like, I'm so thankful to Bubba for that, because just watching him and how he flows on the beat has taught me a lot, you know, how to do that. Because there's more to it than just what the fuck you're saying. Like, you know, you gotta make it mesh with the beat.
Right. And speaking of that, you know, Scram, we're gonna move on. And Huck, I want to ask you, speaking of that, leading into this, you know, underground. Welcome to the underground. How in the hell did y'all figure out that was a beat for that? That's what I want to know. It's like it sounds like some it sounds like it's, you know, some late 90s Southern different type of hip hop.
We were in the studio, Scram and I, and one of the things that he and I don't do is try to conform to what's going on. Going back to something that was said earlier, like, we came up with this album and it's as dope as it is because we weren't trying to please anybody. We were trying to make ourselves happy and do it for the love and just be a team for a minute and see what happened. And just, you could tell that it's all real and it's all organic and nothing's forced whatsoever on this album as you listen to it. But now, now I forgot the original question. What was the original question, Jelly?
I'm just saying, how did y'all pick?
That beat? That's right.
Like, how did y'all craft that song? Like, this is what it is.
We were in the studio, and that beat came on. I'm one of those dudes where I'm on the internet listening to beats all the fucking time. It drives Scram crazy sometimes. I'll send him like 20 beats.
So you always looking for production on the internet. I mean, that's where it's at, though.
Yeah, I'm always looking for beats. I'm always, you know, trying to figure out what's that next one. And there was something about this beat that caught both of us. And that's another thing. He and I almost like, huh?
Who was the producer?
A group by the name of Blank Beats. No, Blank Beats.
Yeah,
for that one.
Yeah,
Blank Beats. Okay. Shout out to Blank Beats. Okay.
Yeah, and 6 Digits did Rock for Real.
What up, Blank Beats?
But yeah, man, we just listened to it. We were like, yo, that's got a different kind of swag to it. And with the way that we rap and the way that we could come to any beat different, you'll never hear 2 songs that sound identical with us, because I follow the snare, I follow the hats, I follow the 808s with my words. I try to be different every time. But anyway, we heard it. We were like, yo, that's dope. That's dope. You know, in the studio, just spitting out some words, doing the shit that we do to get stuff going, you know what I'm saying? And nothing really came out of it. So then we leave, we go do our own thing. We're thinking. And I was sitting at my desk and I started writing the verse. And I'm like, yo, man, this sounds like mad underground. Like, why don't we take this to be like we're coming out of the underground? So then that was just the beginning of the idea. Then I call Scram, and this is how it works. I call him with an idea, and then it just explodes. He calls me with an idea, it just explodes. We're very much on that same shit.
Wonder Twins, huh? Y'all activate.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Like the concept that we have for the video for Underground, like he'll say one thing and then I'll add to it, and before you know it, it just—
It's the whole video, yeah.
The whole fucking album has worked itself out like that. It's so weird because, you know, both of us actually been rapping so fucking long, and for something to come together so smoothly without him and I even knowing each other at first, you know, obviously we connected on some cool homie shit, but
Gotcha.
you know, the
Right.
music, it's
So it
just
was organic.
the whole album.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. And the best part was, I put my vocals on the hook, and I tried on purpose to get like a real deep, grimy, like "Welcome to the Underground," like that, right? But it just wasn't there, man. It just wasn't there. But it was still dope. It was still dope as fuck. And if we had to run with it, I'd be like, yo, that's dope as fuck. Good with it.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
Scram was like, yo, what you got going on this weekend, man? Bone Crush is gonna be up here. I think we could get him on some stuff. He's down. He likes our shit. So I was like, yo, right away, bing, bing, bing. He's got to do Underground. Scram was like, fuck yeah, let's run. He came in the studio.
Scram know everybody named Mama. Right.
He did Underground, bro. Polished it. That's all she wrote for that one, man. So that's how it came together.
That's dope. So I mean,
Hey,
so
yo.
now y'all, I mean, independent. How's that working out for y'all on the independent tip?
We don't have to fucking listen to nobody. That's the best part. We're both very smart.
That is a good part of it.
We're very smart.
Well, I mean, what's the pros and cons?
Well, the pros.
There's a lot of people out there trying to do it.
Yeah, I think the con is that you got to have your own capital. You know.
Exactly. I was about to say you gotta have some bread.
Yeah, man, because you got multiple aspects of this that you got to spend money on in a multi-threaded fashion if you want to get it going. You got studio time, videos, merch, shows, production costs money. You know what I'm saying?
Radio.
All that shit costs money. And it's things that you have to have. Because if you don't have it, it's like the rest of it is really a waste. But, you know, like, obviously major deals aren't being given out like they used to be. But, you know, that's all you ever needed a major for anyway, was money to push it and, you know, the connections or whatever.
Yeah.
Dope. So speaking of the underground and no-brainers, who are you all's influence out there? Like, who really get y'all going? Like, you know what? I got to come tighter than so-and-so on this beat, and I got to flow harder than da-da-da-da. Like, who really inspires you all? Huh?
So for me, when I was younger, Big Daddy Kane started out with that. Run DMC for sure. Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys.
Showing his age.
Yeah, I was mad young. I was like 2. Now I'm playing. But then when I was really, really, really getting passionate about trying to learn how to write, you know, for me it was different. I don't know about you, Scram, but when I listened to hip hop back then, I was like, yo, I want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be a listener. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so I started practicing. I was in 4th grade, like 9 years old, bro. I sucked, but man.
What was the first song you memorized?
I used to go by Busy Bee back then.
Okay.
I can't even remember the motherfucker, bro.
What about
I got some funny. So listen, this is some funny shit. So the thing that made me rap, I'm gonna make it quick. The Atlanta Hawks came to my elementary school in 5th grade. It was LaBelle Elementary School in Marietta. And they did this Hugs Not Drugs rap. And they gave out, you remember that shit?
I remember you telling me the story because I just love that Hugs Not Drugs.
Hey, but keep in mind this is 5th grade too, though. You know what I'm saying? So they came. It was John Concat, Spud Webb, Shree Rollins, and Kevin Willis, right?
Damn, bro.
I think it was Kevin Willis. But anyway, so it was cool as a kid that the Hawks were at the fucking school, and they did this rap. And they handed out this sheet of paper. It had lines already printed on it, and it was a Hugs Not Drugs write a rap contest. And the winner in the state of Georgia got to perform at halftime at a Hawks game.
Nice.
So I write my fucking rap and shit. Play by the rules. If you play it off, we get high on basketball. I'm in 5th grade and shit.
That's so
cool. Hey, but look, check this out. So word got around the school, man, let me hear that rap, right? This is 5th grade, so little motherfuckers like, man, that's hard, you know? However we said it back then. So they're like, damn, Derek, you got to get in the talent show. So then I get in the talent show, 5th grade. It was just me and my mom, right? So she takes me up there. I had a little girlfriend named Amanda at the time. But there was this other chick who I liked in 5th grade. Her name was Megan. She was popular, had blonde hair and shit. So she was at the talent show, and I got on stage and I killed it, right? Crushed it, standing ovation, motherfuckers going crazy. My first performance. And I ran off stage, and my mom, I was sick. My mom took me to the bathroom and I threw up and shit. Well, the girl, Amanda, my girlfriend,
Mom's spaghetti.
Outside.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, bro. I swear to God. Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Hey, but listen, for real. So this girl, Amanda, walks out with me and my mom to the parking lot. And, you know, I was feeling like you couldn't tell me shit. So look, then Megan's sister walked out behind us and said, Derek, Megan wants to know if you'll go with her. And I was like, I'm rapping forever.
That's dope.
I went home and started writing raps. And
Say the original Love and Hip Hop
Boy video. Hey, that and the Fight for Your Right Beastie Boy video.
Nice.
I was like, I want to party like these motherfuckers.
That's dope.
So fellas, that is tight. I mean, that's some real hip hop saved y'all lives. So let me ask y'all something. What does No Brainer mean as a group in this hip hop realm?
So I think it's a matter of we're the answer to a lot of questions, I think. It's a no-brainer, right? So, yo, have you heard No Brainer? It's a no-brainer. You got to listen to them. Are they dope? It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? We're already a household name. Everybody fucking uses the no-brainer term. So when we start getting that mix together where people start going, oh, no brainer, that's funny, and start correlating the two, that has potential, right? That's not the reason why we did it. I just thought it was cool. Be honest with you, we were at my house. I got a studio behind me right here.
We came up with it the same time.
And yeah, I was doing the engineering, and Scram was spitting on my mic in my studio. My wife and her girlfriends came upstairs, and somebody was like, we said something about how dope it was and blah, blah, blah. And one of her friends was like, of course, it's a no-brainer. And we were like, yo, that's it. And so we just ran with it.
No-brainer.
Off safety.
Off safety. That's the other one. Off
safety.
What's up with that off safety? Like, for real, what's really going on with that?
So off safety is like,
cheers, Jelly.
Salute,
cheers,
man.
Jelly.
So that's it, man. You have five. Salute, bro. So bet, like 5 more of these, I'm gonna be off safety. Like
there you go.
I can explode at any moment, right? You have a good time. Yo, I was at the mall the other day. The bitches were off safety, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's interchangeable.
That's dope. That's dope.
Let
me ask you something. When is this album coming out?
2032. I'm playing.
Damn.
The second Tuesday of next week.
That's it. It's coming soon, right? So what we want to do is like what we were talking about before. Being that we're doing this independent, we're having to fund it ourselves. So we're having to put stuff out, but we have to be intentional about how we deliver it. So I think, we're going to finish up the music, get that tight. Then we're going to do the videos, get those tight. And then we're going to start putting stuff out fast. So you'll start seeing the frequency pick up. But we still got...
Yeah, we kind of...
we got 2 joints out.
We kind of jumped the gun because it's always still a learning process whenever you're doing it yourself as to how things could have been done differently. And we were excited to put this shit out. So we're like, damn, man, we're just sitting on the shit. We need to drop something because we had pushed it so hard through social media that people wanted to hear it. And we wanted people to hear it. So then we dropped this shit and we kind of had somewhat of a game plan, but we were basically initially, or what I was thinking was we needed to create a buzz first.
Yeah.
We needed to, we could follow through with we're bringing real hip hop back shit, you know, whatever. A lot of people want to do it. A lot of people aren't busting like we are. But Run the Jewels is a great example. And I hate to always go back to them, but I love them. But, you know, it's like they did Coachella and shit. You know, they are more mainstream than any other real hip hop, like underground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And they're kind of like paving the way, so to speak, for groups like us, because they're just gaining more and more popularity. You know what I mean? And then people start liking lyrics again. You know what I'm saying?
They bust down the doors. The opportunity for you all. So let me ask you something, Huck. After this all said and done, how do you want to leave your mark as No Brainer?
I want to be that group.
What do you want people to say or think?
I want people to say that, man, remember that time that group fucking came out of nowhere, man, when we just was about to give up? And they just came out of nowhere and gave us that shit that we didn't hear fucking forever. You know what I'm saying? And they did it on new sounding kind of beats, so they're kind of relevant there as far as the timing's concerned. But they're keeping that real delivery and the real bars, and thank God, yo, because I was thirsty. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want people to talk about us like that. They came right on time. They killed every motherfucking thing they touched. They're consistent, and there we go. That's No Brainer.
There it is. Scram.
Hey, Huck, you sound like a mob boss.
Right.
Huck, you sound like a mob boss.
Any shout outs you want to give the people out there?
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously, the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Jelly. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate everything, all the help that you know, everything you do for music in general, but, you know, taking time to help us perfect our shit, man. That really means a lot, and I love the shit out of it. You know that. Shout out to Bone Crusher for jumping on. Welcome to the underground. My big brother, Bubba Sparks, obviously, you know, he loves mine and Huck's shit. I've never seen Bubba. Like, I've been rapping my ass off for a long fucking time. I've never seen Bubba as excited as he is about this shit. For real. Like, I'll get random texts from Bubba like, man, y'all motherfuckers are doing it. And I'm like, damn, you know, you feel good because I've always wanted to make him proud anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, anybody that likes what we're doing, you know, and hopefully they believe in it as much as we do, but I don't know anybody that's fucking with us. And that's just, you know, as an all-around thing, I really believe that this album is better than everybody else's shit.
Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. And Huck, where can they contact you all?
We got No Brainer Hip Hop Group on Instagram. So at No Brainer Hip Hop Group. We've got Scram's page, which is at Scram13. We got mine, which is at B.HUCK 2018. My email address is bhuck@32mgroup.com. Yeah, and we got Facebook, No Brainer on Facebook. So out there, they could get us.
Or if people want to send us beats or book us, they can hit us up at nobrainerduh@gmail. That's DUH. nobrainerduh@gmail.
That's dope.
And we both got Cash App and Venmo, so
yeah, absolutely.
No Brainer. It is what it is. Off safety always. And fellas, you know, hey man, it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Jelly, I want to thank you, man.
Yeah.
You're looking out, bro.
Off with his head. 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 Off with his head.